episode 29, I laid out 5 things that I wanted to build during the crypto winter that were all going to be tied to or under the brand of More Than Blockchain. And on this episode, I want to share those things with you to really show you or talk about how I hope to make More Than Blockchain into more than a podcast. I'm Jarrett Carpenter, and this is More Than Blockchain. On episode 29, I talked about 5 things that I'm trying to do during this crypto winter to kind of evolve the idea of More Than Blockchain. Number 1 is audio. And while I hope to continue building with More Than Blockchain with minimally an episode a week that's going to come out on Tuesday, I'm also really excited to say that today, which is Tuesday, September the 20th, will be the 15th episode of Not Crypto Bros. Not Crypto Bros is a podcast that is live recorded on Tuesday and Saturday, and I co-create and co-host this podcast with 2 guys, Grant Nadeau and Jay Harris. And these are guys that I've never met IRL or in real life, but we now create a podcast together about Web3, crypto, and everything also not tied to that, just news and tech and other things that happen in culture and society. So that's been really fun. So there's number 1. Audio. Number 2 is video. And while I do plan on creating my own YouTube videos, for now, I've created 2 curated playlists from YouTube that are all about crypto, blockchain, NFTs, this entire new Web3 space. Number 3 is written. And while I originally had designs on hiring writers from around the world to support More Than Blockchain and add in weekly blogs, I've decided I'm not yet ready to do that kind of project management. And so I've compiled a bunch of PDFs from institutional grade level resources that really talk about the space and give you a great idea as to where the space is and probably where it's going. Number 4 is educational courses. While I've yet to start these, they'll probably come in 2023. And number 5 is something that's also probably going to come in 2023, which is the consulting. People come to me all the time from nonprofits, for-profits, social enterprises, everything under the sun, and they start to ask me questions. Hey, how can I tokenize? How can I leverage NFTs? How can I use blockchain to benefit myself, my service, my product, my company, or how can I use it to better enhance an experience that I'm trying to create for clients or customers? Going back to number 1, 2, and 3, I've spent some time and I've updated the More Than Blockchain website, which is morethanblockchain.xyz. And I invite you now, no matter where you're listening to this, whether it's on your desktop, your tablet, or your cell phone, go check out morethanblockchain.xyz, and you're going to be able to engage with the first of these 3. There's links to this podcast, as well as to Not Crypto Bros. You'll also have the 2 curated YouTube playlists that talk about crypto, blockchain, NFTs. One is for beginners, and one is for more maybe advanced people who have been around the space. And then number 3, which I think is probably one of the cooler parts of the website right now, or what More Than Blockchain is hoping to evolve into. Number 3 lays out a bunch of PDFs and a bunch of presentations from very big institutions, from the Federal Reserve, the people who create US dollars, to Bank of America, one of the biggest banks in the United States, to Standard Chartered, one of the biggest banks out of the UK, Andreessen Horowitz, a huge investment VC firm, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. They're all creating very high-level institutional grade resources that I think as a retail investor myself, and maybe as you may be, that's really, really good stuff to see and to read. So go ahead and check that out. That's number 1, 2, and 3, which is there's audio, there's video, and there's written. It's basically just a compiled learning library of a bunch of fun stuff. And like I said, number 4 being educational courses and 5 being consulting. These are going to kind of come down the road. But for now, I invite everyone listening to this to go check out morethanblockchain.xyz and play around. And if you feel so inclined, please reach back out to me and say, hey, change this, do that. This can improve. I'd love feedback so I can continue to improve the site. And I think as it moves forward, it will also become better. On a final note, I just want to say this is kind of a big moment for More Than Blockchain because it's the beginning of season 3. This is episode 41, and I decided to make every season have 20 episodes based on the influence that I had personally living in Guatemala. And I remember learning about the Mayan calendar. And in the Mayan calendar, their months have 20 days. So when I was like, how am I going to possibly, measure out the seasons? Is it going to be 10 episodes, 15 episodes, 30 episodes, 20 episodes? I was super pumped to land on 20 episodes. So that is why seasons have 20 episodes, due to the fact that I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Guatemala and spent a lot of time learning about Mayan culture and traditions, and always thought that their 20-day calendar was really kind of cool because it's a super round number. So this is the beginning of season 3. And as I've said, I do invite you to go check out morethanblockchain.xyz so you can see how I'm hoping to make More Than Blockchain into more than a podcast. Thanks so much for listening to this episode, and please follow us on social media at More Than Blockchain. And as I've said repeatedly throughout this, please go check out our website at morethanblockchain.xyz. There's some cool stuff for you to check out. Definitely check out the PDFs. They're fascinating. And no matter where you're listening to this episode, go ahead and subscribe, whether it's through a podcast platform or on YouTube. I greatly appreciate that as we move into season 3. I'm only hoping to see this part of More Than Blockchain, which is part of the audio, continue to grow. Thanks again for listening to More Than Blockchain, and I'll see you next time.